This is 7 News.
Tonight, the health system under fire, a little Perth girl's battle for delicate brain surgery. Nelson Mandela seriously ill in hospital. 5 people killed as a gunman goes on a shooting spree in California. And the Queen goes it alone as Prince Philip recovers from surgery.
From the studios of 7 Perth, Samantha Jolly.
Good evening. First tonight to breaking news, and we have another asylum seeker tragedy unfolding off Christmas Island. Amelia Broun is in the newsroom. Amelia, what have you been told by Customs and Border Protection authorities?
Good evening, Sam. Well, I can confirm at least 9 bodies have been found in the water at the site where a suspected asylum seeker boat has sunk. At this stage, it's still unclear how many people were on board. The search is focused around 120 kilometres northwest of the island. It began yesterday morning after reports of a boat spotted heading towards the island. Search crews then spotted a submerged hull. 3 aircraft and 3 ships are assisting in the search for survivors, but I'm told that no mayday call was received. So just repeating, at least 9 bodies have been found in the water off Christmas Island. The search will continue into the night. Sam.
OK, thanks for that, Amelia. Health services for children are again under fire tonight. The state government is refusing to pay the cost for a 5-year-old girl who had brain surgery for severe epilepsy in Sydney. The department maintains the delicate surgery could have been done in Perth, but her parents say they were told they'd have to wait at least 18 months. 5 men have survived a helicopter crash in the state's north. The chopper plunged into the water just after 10 this morning and flipped on impact. It happened near remote Cone Bay, about 100 kilometres north of Derby. The men who were carrying out survey work were rescued by staff at a nearby fish business.
Not an ideal landing, so it wasn't a calm landing. They came down pretty hard. The guys were in the water. Chopper was upside down and look, they seemed to be reasonably calm.
Remarkably, the men only suffered scratches and bruises. Former South African President Nelson Mandela has been readmitted to hospital with a lung infection. The 94-year-old's health deteriorated around 1:30 a.m. local time when he was taken to a hospital in Pretoria. He's in a serious but stable condition. It's the second time in 2 months that Mr Mandela has required hospital treatment. A spokesman for the president says the former leader is receiving expert care and doctors are doing everything possible to make him comfortable. 5 people are dead after a man armed with an assault-style rifle went on a shooting rampage in California. The gunman killed his father and brother in their Santa Monica home before opening fire in a college library. Former Queensland Premier Anna Bligh has thanked well-wishers for their support as she faces her biggest fight yet. As she prepares for cancer treatment, it's been revealed that she delayed surgery to face a government inquiry. The Greens are already preparing for life under a coalition government, mapping out their plans after September 14. Labor MPs aren't giving up just yet, with some calling on Kevin Rudd's newfound popularity to boost their chances. Prince Philip is recovering well from abdominal surgery, which will keep him in hospital for another 2 weeks. The Queen has carried on with her official duties, playing down concerns about her husband. Why a Perth mother fears for her family's safety, that's next, and Homeland Security. Why the American president says it's okay for the US to spy on its own citizens. And tragedy as a deadly bus blaze kills dozens in China.
7 News is taking the pulse of Perth. Your suburb.
It's got a country town feel.
Your issues.
It's a hard one to answer.
What matters to you?
Very disappointed.
Crime.
It's the worst that I've ever seen.
Transport.
The drivers will always complain.
Jobs.
Really struggling to find employment.
Special report starts Sunday on 7 News.
Police are concerned for a 9-year-old boy who's been missing from Ashfield since this morning. They say Benjamin Everett could be at a relative's home, but so far they haven't been able to find him. Anyone who's seen him is asked to call 131 444. And good news for the family of an 11-year-old boy who was missing since yesterday. Solomon Kaboy was reunited with his distraught mother this afternoon. Kensington detectives spent hours searching for him. They say he spent the night at a friend's house. A Perth mother is worried for her family's safety after a driver smashed into her car and backyard last night. Louise McConnell believes she knows who's responsible and has a violence restraining order out, but says it isn't working. At least 47 people have been killed and dozens more injured after a bus burst into flames in southeast China. The blaze broke out during evening peak hour, tearing through the packed commuter bus. Witnesses reported hearing the sound of explosions as thick smoke poured from the vehicle. Investigations into the cause of the fire are underway. Authorities believe it may have been deliberately lit. US President Barack Obama has defended America's controversial spy programs. It's been revealed government agencies have been trawling through the phone and internet activity of millions of ordinary citizens.
You can't have 100% security and also then have 100% privacy and zero inconvenience. Nobody is listening to your telephone calls.
He says the data is only checked when there's a specific phone number or pattern of calls associated with foreign terrorists. And the man accused of holding 3 women captive for a decade in the US is facing more than 300 charges. 52-year-old Ariel Castro is accused of kidnapping the women and locking them in his Cleveland home along with his 6-year-old daughter. He's been indicted on 329 charges, including kidnapping, rape and murder over the death of an unborn child. The former bus driver is being held on $8 million bail. And it's time for sport now with Adrian. Barich, and the Eagles and Dockers miss out on a star recruit, Barra.
They sure do, Sammy. A Cat star has decided to stay in Geelong. That's next. Plus, Sydney, way too good for Adelaide. A former West Aussie boots a contender for Goal of the Year.
He made that up as he went along.
And Rafa Nadal sets up an all-Spanish French Open final after a Novak Djokovic epic.
West Business Insider. Alan Bond on Life 30 years after the America's Cup. Only in the West Australian.
A double celebration for Geelong today. All-Australian defender Harry Taylor has resisted offers from the Eagles and the Dockers and agreed to re-sign with the Cats on a long-term deal as Geelong shrugged off the Giants to win by 59 points. In today's other game, Sydney thumped Adelaide by 77 points. Premiership player Sam Butler will set a record for the Eagles tomorrow when he plays his 100th game for the club, 10 years after he made his debut at West Coast. The Eagles haven't beaten St Kilda at Etihad Stadium since 2007, but will start favourites against the struggling Saints. And in the local league today, East Fremantle beat Peel Thunder, Claremont were too good for West Perth, and Subiaco thumped South Fremantle. George Bailey has challenged Australia's cricketers to take first blood against England as the Champions Trophy got underway for the Aussies tonight. Bailey is standing in for injured skipper Michael Clarke.
Certainly been in touch with him. Now he's staying in London for a couple more days to try and get his back right. Hopefully he'll be right for game 2 at this stage.
England won the toss and decided to bat on a perfect wicket at Edgbaston. And it'll be an all-Spanish French Open final between Rafael Nadal and David Ferrer tomorrow night. The King of Clay winning a 5-set classic overnight against Novak Djokovic. And the Eagles-Saints game is on 7 from 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. And we'll see you for 7 News at 6, of course. Now here's Sam.
Thanks, Barra. Showers in the city tomorrow. I'll have the weather details next, plus the winning numbers in Saturday Night Lotto. And now for tomorrow's forecast. There's an 80% chance of some showers and a possible thunderstorm in the southern suburbs in the early afternoon. A top of 21 degrees after an overnight low of 12. Looking to the week ahead, very much the same for Monday. The sun will come out Tuesday, a top of 19, and a few clouds around for Wednesday. Now it's time for Saturday Lotto. Good luck. And that's all from the 7 News team for now. I'll have updates throughout the evening. Good night.